everybody, welcome back. This is Miss Faye, and this is my world. Okay, today's topic is when he's controlling and manipulative, what's to do? When he's controlling and manipulative, what's to do? Okay, before we get started, I want to say welcome. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to all of the new viewers, to all of the new subscribers, and welcome to you who have been with me from the beginning. I really appreciate you. Now, those of you who are new to this channel, I will answer your relationship questions. So at the end of the video, I'll show you a link where you can send in your questions, and I will either answer them privately through the email, or I will share them online with the collective, and it can be your decision. Now, those of you who are interested in these caps, they are available in my online store. So just go to the description and you'll find a link there. Okay? All right. Now it's time for today's affirmation. And here it is. I am an unlimited being living in an unlimited universe. Okay, let this sink in, ladies. I am an unlimited being living in an unlimited universe. Now, people, many times we are taught that there is a limit, that there's a shortage of things in the universe, so everybody's competing with everybody for these resources. But actually, the universe is unlimited in resources. Unlimited. Okay? And you are an unlimited being in this universe. And once you realize that, you won't feel held down, feel like you can't do it, there's not enough, the scarcity. And even those of you who are looking for work or whatever, there's not enough work out there, I can't find. Listen, you are living in an unlimited universe. Unlimited. And you are an unlimited being, which means that you can have anything you desire in this universe. Okay? Let this affirmation sit in your spirit. Because remember, these affirmations help to reprogram the way that you think about life. Okay? And reprogramming your thoughts will bring more blessings into your life. All right, people. Now, to show my appreciation to you for your support on this channel, I will be giving away a deck, just like this one. This is a 53-card oracle deck of I Am affirmations, and I have been selecting cards from this deck for our daily affirmations. This way, one of you lucky subscribers will receive this deck once this channel hits 100,000 subscribers. And believe me, we're getting closer every day. Okay? And I will be randomly choosing from the subscriber pool, and I will announce the lucky winner right here on the channel. So keep watching. Once we hit that number, listen out for the winner. Okay? Good luck to all of you. Now, let's dive into the message today. Is he controlling and manipulative? What's to do with that? Okay. I'm going to read the letter that came in, and then we're going to talk about the subject as we go along. Okay? All right, here we go. Here's a young lady that says, I am 31 years old, married to a 36-year-old man. We have been married for nearly a year. We got married relatively quickly. It felt right at the time. Yeah, I bet it did feel right at the time. Because you were still in your honeymoon probably when you got married. You see, there are stages to a relationship. And there's a honeymoon stage, you understand? And that's where everything is lovely and wonderful. And you know what? You're seeing butterflies and doves and birds and all of that. But if you give yourself some time in a relationship, it'll go on to the next step. You see, when you're really getting to know who the person really is. And a lot of times, by the time we get to that step, we're too deep in it. Okay? We're too deep in it. When my suggestion is enjoy the honeymoon stage of a relationship, but don't be so quick to lock it down to say that you are in a relationship with this person because you don't even know the person yet. Give yourself some time. Okay? All right. We love each other very much and feel like we are soulmates and meant to be together. We went through almost identical life paths to meet at this point. We have so much in common, it's uncanny. Similar interests, and we are very attracted to each other. Okay? I am a foreigner. I left my house, job, family, friends, and pets, everything in my home country to be with this man. That was a mistake. Ladies, you know, I'm going to say something about this because I know a lot of women who leave the comfort of wherever they are to run after a man, to go and be under his tutelage, to go and be under his rule. You understand? Because in your eyes, you're still in the honeymoon stage and everything is lovely. And in your mind, you fantasize about the life that you can have with this man. And women, it's just a fantasy. It's just a fantasy. Okay? All right, here we go. And flew halfway across the world. We currently live together in England. It was a big life adjustment for me. I bet it was. He is very smart and works in a hospital. His job pays for his rented apartment where we live. So, wait a minute. You left a job, a home, family, friends, pet, everything to come to live with this man in his rented apartment? It looks like a downgrade if you ask me. I cannot work in this country yet. I'm in the process of getting my visa and permit to work. So you're willing to stay with him in his rented apartment to find work in the country. You're willing to do all of this to be with this man. Okay, let's see what this man is doing for you. Okay, here we go. Anyway, a big source of friction in our marriage is his fear of COVID and his rigidness about wearing a N95 COVID mask. We will not go anywhere indoors without one. That includes hospitals, supermarkets, shops, houses, with other people, anywhere indoors. Okay, now I just wanted to let you know this is a recent letter. We're in September 2023. Okay, so we've all kind of taken our mask off now. Okay, all right, here we go. We will walk outdoors without a mask, but if it gets crowded with people, he will quickly put his mask on and push me to do the same. Okay. He is extremely fearful of COVID and getting sick. Well, you know what? Fear can actually bring it to you because it's energy. The more he fears it, he could actually catch it because he's attracting that energy to him. Okay? I suspect he likely has OCD. His sister has been diagnosed. He won't get an assessment. At first, I was on board with the masking early in our relationship. I think it's very important to protect ourselves and others against this disease. Yeah, we all put on masks. You know, we all put on. And I was probably one of the last ones that took it off. Although I really don't think that the mask could help you from a airborne disease. But we were all complying with the rules, and we all put on the mask. Okay. He also claims COVID is having long-term effects on many people's health, immunity, and longevity, which is being backed by clinical studies. This lines up with my beliefs. You know what? I'm going to say something there. I'm not a medical professional, okay? I'm not a medical professional. But I do know a few people that got the COVID vaccination and got COVID anyway. Okay? All right. Okay? I'm going to say that and I'm going to leave it alone. Okay. Let's go with let's go see what else you say here. However, as time has gone by, I'm finding these restrictions increasingly difficult. We are always the only one wearing a mask anywhere we go. I find them uncomfortable and hot in the summer. We also get judged harshly by others because we are always the only people wearing one and get many snide remarks, which makes me anxious and self-conscious. Well, right here, if you feel that you are right in wearing your mask, I wouldn't care what other people thought. I wouldn't care what other people thought, period. You don't live your life according to what other people think. But you do, and you should live it according to your own judgment. Your own judgment. Okay? All right. Let's see what else you say. My husband earns well and is discouraging me to work. He would prefer me to be a housewife and has even paid for an online course for me to do. Well, what? Oh, okay. An online course. Oh, okay. You work from home. Maybe that's what you mean here. He insists to pay for everything. I do offer, but am on a low income. He knows that and won't let me pay. Well, okay. Well, why are you urging to pay? Why are you urging to pay? Pay for what? Pay for his rented apartment? Let him pay. Let him pay. And I want to say something here. Whatever little monies that you're getting, you need to stash it away to where he doesn't know where it is. He doesn't even know that you're saving money. Now, this is a word to the wise. And plus, if you decide that you're not going to work, it's going to be your decision. He still should be giving you a weekly allowance. Because although you're not bringing in a paycheck, you're still working 24/7 for his living. Taking care of him, washing his clothes, cleaning up after him, and all of that the housewife does. You're going to be doing that. So he needs to be giving you a weekly allowance of your own money to do with what you want to do with it. But you should make sure to save something because you don't know how this is going to turn out. and you want to have something to fall back on in case you need to get a ticket to get back home. Okay? All right. He says, if I do choose to work, it will have to be outdoors as to not give him COVID. You know, he's something else. He is something else. And yeah, he is very controlling of you. And we're going to read the letter and then I'm going to go into that. Okay? He said, if I do an indoor job, I'd have to wear a mask like he does at the hospital. I'm applying for an online job, but struggling to get one. I left my in-person job back home to be with him, so I'm technically unemployed. I miss the income. I miss treating myself, buying clothes, and going to cafes, pools, and cinemas. I miss going to work. I get some passive income from a house I owned back home, which I've rented out, but it's not much to live on without a job. Okay, now, all right. I don't know what part of the country that you're in, and you say that you own a home back home. So with you marrying this man, I hope you check the community property laws, because if this marriage didn't work, your home back home could be in jeopardy. I don't know where your home back home is, but ladies, those of you who own any property, anything like that, and you decide that you want to marry, first you need to know the law, because whatever you own going into a marriage, you want it to still be yours. That it's not community property. If the marriage breaks up, you don't have to split it. You don't owe him any part of that. But you need to know the law before you marry these people and you own property. Okay? Apparently he doesn't own any. Okay? Because he's in a rented apartment. But you own some property, and you want to make sure that if this breaks up, that you still have a home to go to. You understand? Okay. All right, let's see what else you say here. What really bothers me badly is he has many times threatened to send me to my home country if I fail to comply regarding masking. You know what? If he told me that, I would be looking for my escape plan right then and there. Because, you know, let me see, how long did you say you've been married to him? You're both very young. You've only been married a year. And he's already threatening to send you back home if you don't comply with putting his mask on because he says so. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning of his control over you. Okay? And you're complying to it. So, you know what? He sees that worked. So, he's telling you to be the housewife so he can have total control over you. If you don't do what he says, he'll make sure you have nothing to eat. No money. He might get mad and throw you in the street. You know what? You're on a very slippery slope with this one. Okay? All right. He has started to really send alarm bells. I always wear a mask indoors and try my best to do everything correctly. What are you, a child? Are you a child? And you trying not to upset the parent who is him? This is no good. This is no good. You can't live your life like this. Okay? One time We went up an elevator to our apartment together. During this time, he noticed my mask wasn't on quite correctly. The nose flap was tucked in slightly. And this was a mistake. My husband got very angry and said it is so important that he doesn't get sick. I think your husband's already sick in the head. I think he already sick. You understand? And that I wear a mask indoors, in outdoor crowds, and wear it correctly. He says I have 2 more strikes and he's sending me back home. You know what? Do you know what? Let him send you back home. That will be your blessing, and divorce him. That's that. You know what? That's my advice for you. Go on back home. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to put up with this. No. He's warned he will send me home a few times now. Each time it's starting to hurt less and less. Yeah, because you don't believe it. That's why it's starting to hurt less and less. And you're getting used to it. So you're already getting used to his controlling and manipulative ways. And that's not a good thing. You don't want to get used to that. You understand? Because he's going to keep piling more and more on that and tearing down your self-esteem. He's already tore down your self-worth and your value. You understand? As long as you are under his rule, he doesn't value you. You understand? You are like his servant, and he's putting you in the servant's role to be the housewife. You understand? But he's going to be controlling your every move. Okay? The mask is just a start. You've only been together a year. It's always going to be something. Okay? I no longer do things I enjoy. Shopping, swimming, cafes, cinema, restaurants, or anything anymore because of his strictness about mask wearing. I spend most days inside of our apartment. If he finds out I've gone anywhere while he's at work, he immediately asks if I wore a mask. You know what? This is ridiculous. You're not a child. You're not a child. And you don't need anyone controlling you like this. Okay? Unrelated, but he also is very paranoid I'll cheat on him. I am loyal and would never do that, and showed no signs of doing so. His previous 2 girlfriends cheated on him with other men. Well, that's what he's telling you. That's what he says. He's scared I'll do the same. I think he's lying. And gets jealous if other men look at me or talk to me because you're his little slave and he doesn't want anybody else to get your eye or take you away from him. You understand? He's got you under his control. His control. Okay? That's just like, okay, I'm going to put it in kind of a hard term, but you have a dog and he's on the leash. Okay? You the dog on the leash. You're not going to let that dog just roam around to everybody and every dog and whatever. No, because other people may treat you better than he's treating you. So he's going to keep you on a tight leash. You understand? And that's what this is. He's not scared that you're going to cheat on him. As a matter of fact, most cheaters are the ones who are afraid that you will cheat on them because that's what they do. Okay? All right, did you hear what I said? Most people that cheat will put it on you. They'll be afraid that you're going to cheat because they cheat all the time. Never stop cheating. Okay? So, you know what? Don't think that because a man tells you this, it's because he cares about you. That's deceptive. That's deceptive. He's telling you that because that's what he's got inside. He's a cheater. You understand? Or it would never come out of his mouth. Okay? All right. And he telling you that his girlfriends cheated on him with other men. It was probably vice versa. You see, when men are talking about their past experience, ladies, take it with a grain of salt. Because a man is never going to tell you, you know what, my past girlfriends, they were wonderful people. You know, I was a dick, but they were just wonderful people. No man is going to tell you that. No man. You understand? You need a reference. Let somebody else tell you. In fact, it would be great if another woman can tell you, because men, you can ask a man about another guy and he'll always say, you know, yeah, he's a good guy, when he knows he's not. You understand? Men will cover for each other. But another woman that knows him may tell you the truth about him. Okay? All right. But you're married to him. But no, he's not worried about you cheating. He knows you won't cheat. He's the cheater. Okay? His last relationship broke up because his ex-girlfriend was an anti-masker and he sent her home. Wait a minute. Where is he getting these where is he getting these women from? That when they don't do what he wants, he sends them back home. Did you tell me where home was? Did you tell me where home was? Apparently, nobody wants to go back home. Is that what it is? Wherever he's capturing you from, you don't want to go back. So you want to be able to do whatever he wants so that he won't send you back home. Okay? All right. Then she cheated on him when they were apart. Well, if he sent her back home, it was over. What kind of nonsense is that? This was a girlfriend. She didn't cheat on him. She moved on. You understand? He sent her home. It was over. She moved on. Thank goodness that she didn't sit around waiting for him to change his mind or whatever. Ladies, don't believe everything these men tell you. They're all going to paint this picture that their last relationship broke up because something that the woman did. It's always something that the woman did when it's them. They did it. They destroyed the relationship. You can already see from the way he's treating you that he's no good. You can already see it. Okay. All right. We never go anywhere or do anything fun as a couple. I'm feeling bored and unfulfilled. My family and friends are worried about me, and they should be. And they should be. They think that he is controlling. Think? They know he's controlling. And you should see it too. He's controlling and manipulating you on a daily basis. On a daily basis. And that this relationship is imbalanced. It's more than imbalanced. It's more than imbalanced. I do vent about it all with them. Sometimes I see them having fun with their lives, eating indoors in restaurants, and I feel increasingly envious. You don't have to go back home and be with them. You don't have to. You don't have to endure this. It's your free will. This is your free will. You can change it anytime you like. It's all up to you. Okay? I have thought about leaving on a few occasions, and I've always expressed my feelings clearly to him. He don't care. From your letter, he just sent his last girlfriend back home. And he don't care. He doesn't want me to go, but said that masking is the one condition he can't let go of. He can't be with me if I don't comply. To me, going home would mean separation and most likely divorce. You should be looking at that as a blessing to get away from him. That's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. But like I said, you have free will. Okay? Because I'm 31, I feel like a divorce would be a waste of my time and another relationship down the gurgle. So what? So what? Listen, why stay? You've only been married a year and already you having these controlling problems. In a few more months, it may be something else and then something else. Listen, the basics that you need to realize with this man is he is controlling, and whatever he decides is going to be the norm of your relationship. That's what it's going to be. And he's always going to threaten you that if you don't comply with whatever his rule is, that he's going to send you back home. That's never going to stop. And you're willing to live like this? I also worry if I ever want a child, I'm running out of time to do so. Why? You can always have a baby. But see, here is the dilemma. You probably cannot afford to raise your baby on your own. So you feel like you need a man to help you do that. Whether for financial reasons or you just want to stay in the country that you're in. You understand? Or, you see? But actually women, I'm going to address that about women. And your clock is ticking. Okay? Listen, you don't need to be married to have a baby. Okay? There are a number of ways that you can have a child if you desire one. But first of all, you need to be financially stable in your own right. Hopefully have your own home or thereabouts. And you are able to raise this child on your own. Okay? All right. Now, those are for ladies who feel like, the clock is ticking out and they got to hurry up and hook up with a man or get married so they can have these children. Okay. Listen, you can go that route, to hook up with a man, marry him so that you can have a family. And then he turns out to be something like a narcissist or a sadist. You understand? He beats you. He curses you. He doesn't even like you. He cheats on you. But you got a family. You got your little children to see all of that. All of that damage that you are going through because this is what you have created for yourself. You understand? You understand? When, on the other hand, if you feel like your clock is ticking out and no man has met your standards and you want a child, then there are ways you can go out and have your baby. And raise your baby on your own. Raise your baby on your own. And have a happy life with you and your baby. You don't need no man for that. You understand? You don't. Not in today's world. Because men are different now. Men are not the same they used to be. And ladies, I don't think that you understand that. You see, many of these men are out sleeping with other men, but they will marry you and have children with you. They'll do all of that. but they won't tell you about that double life. All right? And I'm not saying that all men are doing it, but it's too many of them that are. Too many of them that are. Okay? And they're mostly the black and brown men who keep it a secret. I'm going to say that. It's mostly the black and brown men who keep it a secret. Okay? So, you need to be careful. And even, white men who keep it a secret are usually men, of some status. You understand? These are men higher up on the financial level that they don't want people to know their business. Okay, so you understand? So they'll do it there. But the average white man, if he likes men, he'd probably just come out and say he's gay. Okay? This is my point with that. All right? Now you say here, I also worry if we do have children, what kind of life myself and that child would have. I'm telling you right now, what kind of life you would have. Not a good one. Not a good one. If he's already controlling you in a year's time, he may become violent later on to you and your child. You don't want that. With this man as a husband and father, I would have to homeschool and do the bulk of the child rearing and housework. Of course, that's why I say have your own baby. Why you need him? Unless you just want him there to pay the bill, and see, that's no guarantee either. With this man threatening to send you back home at the drop of a hat, you could have a baby and he get mad and send you back home with your baby. Now you got to go home, find a job, and raise your baby by yourself anyway. Anyway, it's no guarantee with a man. Ladies, that's why I always tell you to make sure that you are financially stable in your own right. Okay? All right, let's get on to the end of this letter. I also really don't want to divorce and be a single mom. Okay, well, you know what? Best wishes on that one. Because a lot of women will stay in a horrible relationship because of that sentence that you said right there. That you really don't want to divorce and be a single mom. That's right. A lot of women will stay and be subjected to all kind of abuse because they don't want to be single again. And especially they don't want to be single with children. So they'll stay. I've seen it. You see? But ladies, what I'm telling you, that you have power, but you need to find it. You need to embrace it. You need to get on your spiritual path so that you can start loving yourself. Love yourself, because when you love yourself, you don't tolerate this nonsense at all. Okay? Now, basically, I'm worried about all life choices at this point and making the right choice for me. Should I stay? And how should I handle this very tricky situation? I love him very much, but I'm really worried how sustainable this marriage is. Well, I can tell you this. It doesn't sound like it's very sustainable or stable at all. At all. Okay. All right. If he works in the hospital. Okay. But that's not financial stability. Just because he works in the hospital, he doesn't own anything. You understand? He may be just a paycheck away from being on the street. You see, you are young, you 31, he 36. But he is very controlling. And that's why I say your marriage is on very shaky ground. Extremely shaky ground. And if I were you, I would not be trying to get pregnant, thinking that that's going to change him or keep your marriage together. This kind of man will still kick you out of his apartment and put you on the street. You understand? Any man who would threaten you like this, you need to take it seriously. Especially when you don't have any money. You probably don't even have the money to get on the plane to go back home. You probably have to ask him for it. You see your situation? You need to start working on yourself before you have a child. Okay? You need to work on your financial stability. Now, you can't find a job online or whatever, since you don't want a divorce and you want to deal with him and you'll continue with your mask or whatever, because as long as you are with him, you will absolutely have to comply to his rules and regulations. Well, he's going to send you back home. And I don't doubt that he is pretending when it comes to that. Okay? I don't doubt that he's pretending. And probably if things go bad for him, he may send you back home then anyway. You don't know. You don't know. But you do have free will. You know, this is your reality. You created it. You're the one that jumped and married him in the blink of an eye. Okay, so here you go. Luckily, you don't have a child yet to be in this. Okay, but you see, women will have a child thinking that it's going to make everything okay. And that's the worst thing you can do. This is what I want you to understand. Don't have a child thinking it's going to pull your marriage together. No. No. That never works. It never works. That would be the worst thing you can do. But what you should do is to sit down with yourself and decide, is this the life that I want? Is this what it is right now? Don't think about if he changes, or if I can get him to go to counseling, or if I can get him to go to the church or something like that, he gonna change. No. Think about it right the way that it is right now. Are you willing to spend the rest of your life like this? Okay? And there's your answer. If you are, well, then you continue to do what you're doing. Okay? And continue to do whatever he says to do. And hopefully all will go well. Okay? But it's really up to him, whatever he decides, because he's in charge. All right? All right? You decide what's best for you. And then you move on it. Okay? All right? I do wish you the best. And I really hope that this message helps you. And it helps other women who are with men who are controlling and manipulative. It doesn't stop. It only gets worse with time. And you will learn to live with it. You'll learn to live with it. I've seen a lot of women who have learned to live with it. You see? And these women, many of them go around with their heads down, trying their best not to do anything to upset him. You understand? Walking on eggshells around him, making sure that everything is just perfect when he walks in the house and all that kind of stuff. If you are willing to live like that, I wish you the best. All right? Okay, ladies, I hope that you understand the message today, and I really hope it helps. Now, those of you who have questions that you would like for me to answer, here's the link. Send your questions to Miss Faye's World at hotmail.com. Miss Faye's World at hotmail.com. And try to keep your letters to one page. Just summarize your situation and ask the question. And if you prefer that I answer your question privately through the email, just put it at the very top of your letter and I will comply. I want to thank you all for your comments. Thank you so much for your letters. And a special thank you for those that leave a donation. I really appreciate all of you so very much. And I really hope to see you next time.